So guess what? I'm pregnant. I'm trying really hard to be excited about it. But overall, I'm just really, really anxious and scared. Quick backstory if you don't know. We had a really healthy pregnancy with Van, and that was great, and he is great. And then our next one came, and we have always gotten pregnant, like super, super quick, like literally the first time we'd probably try, which is great. But next pregnancy, we lost really early. I had some bleeding early on, and then I had my HCG levels checked, and they were lower. So I miscarried. I had to get checked for an ectopic pregnancy. And then fast forward, we got pregnant again very quickly, and that was great. And then we had just a ton go on with that, and then we lost that baby at 27 weeks. And I think that I've like tucked that part of my life away in my brain. And now it's all back. So funny story, I didn't know that I was pregnant. We decided to try again finally, and we tried, and then I actually thought that I was pregnant right away. I don't know if you guys remember, but I posted a reel to Instagram, and it was of Van and I getting a pregnancy test and taking it, and it was negative. So I thought that I was pregnant. My boobs hurt. I had some spotting like a week after my cycle. And then I had 4 negative tests. So I assumed that I wasn't, and then I skipped a period. I never got that period. But I didn't really think much of it because a couple months prior I had skipped like 2 periods and didn't even realize. So then this time I just figured that I was irregular again, so I scheduled an appointment with my doctor, and I was going to get on a medicine to induce my period, which I had to do with Van. So anyways, I scheduled an appointment, and I went to see her, and I chatted with her, and so in order to get on that medicine, they have to obviously do a urine test. So they did, and Van and I left the office, and we were in the parking lot, and the nurse ran out and told me that the doctor wanted to get blood work. So I was like, okay. And then she was like, it was positive, you're pregnant. And then I almost like shit in the parking lot. So yeah, I was in shock. So I got my blood work, and my levels came back to 3,800. So went home, told Joe. I'm not really like against telling people this time, because I've been through the loss 2 times, and especially like when you lose a baby at 27 weeks, like obviously at that point you probably told people. So to me it just like doesn't matter, because something could happen at 8 weeks, something could happen at 20 weeks, something could happen at 27 weeks. So I wasn't really against telling people. So we have told our family and our friends this past week. And then of course I'm like a basket case and very stressed. I think my theory is that I'm already 8 weeks, and that I was actually pregnant when I tested the beginning of August, and that I just tested too early. Either that, or I'm like 4 weeks. So I just had an appointment today for some blood work, and they're checking my levels again. And I'm a nervous wreck. So I've had like cramping for like a couple weeks, and I just expected that I was going to get my period. But I'm pretty sure that cramping early on is fairly normal. Last night I had like some cramping, and then of course I'm like having nightmares that I'm bleeding, and yeah. So yeah, I'm supposed to work today. I'm not really sure that I'm gonna get anything done, because I'm just waiting for these levels to come back. So more on that later. So I still didn't get my labs back. I'm trying to be patient. I honestly didn't anticipate getting them until like after 4 o'clock, and it's like 2 o'clock now, so I still have time. I haven't even really been thinking about it because I knew I wouldn't get them until later. This is an outpatient clinic, so they have to go to the main hospital to be processed, so I figured that it would be a while. Last time though, last week, my labs, I got done at like 4 o'clock, and then they were in the system at like 8 o'clock, so I figured if I don't have them by like 4 o'clock-ish, I should at least have them by tonight. If you're not familiar, your HCG levels should rise, at least in the beginning. And I don't know if I mentioned it before, but my levels last week were 3,800, which is like kind of hard to read because I feel like that could mean I'm like 3 weeks or 8 weeks or like 5 weeks or like 3 weeks with twins, or I don't know, I'm just making stuff up. But yeah, it's hard because like I keep having like flashbacks basically of the first time we got our HCG levels checked. Well, not the first time, but our first miscarriage. The second time that we got our HCG levels, they were supposed to rise, but they dropped, which meant I was miscarrying. And I remember like being at work and like my whole body just like was on fire and like went numb when I saw the results, and it was terrible. And not to mention now, since then, we've gone through another miscarriage and a late-term miscarriage at that. But yeah, so I'm trying to be patient. We'll see. So I realized today that I have not updated you guys. I did get my results. They went from 3,800 to 25,000, which was good. I was really unsure of like how far along I was because my period was irregular. Again, I went to the doctor because I wasn't getting my period. That is why. But turns out I did actually miss a period, but I must have still been ovulating. And I am 6 weeks and 5 days. I have felt absolutely terrible, and it really sucks. And I got some medicine today. She gave me Zofran and Prilosec. I've had like reflux just like constantly. So she gave me that, and then I'll start on Unisom and B6. But yeah, I'm hoping that it helps because we are going to go to New Hampshire on Thursday. So I do not want to be feeling like I have been. I've been just puking and nausea, reflux, all of it. Very little appetite. Haven't really been able to eat much. Been living on crackers. I've never felt like that before. I have not been that sick in any of our pregnancies. This is our 4th pregnancy, and that I can remember, I have not been sick. I've like maybe been a little nauseous, but nothing like this, nothing that I ever had to get medicine for. I don't think that I've ever really like puked consistently. So yeah, hopefully that's a good sign. I don't know, but it's terrible and I don't want to be sick anymore. So hopefully this medicine helps. And yeah, I just wanted to share with you guys. I know that a lot of people don't share and they're this early. But when you're someone like me that has had a late loss, you realize that it doesn't really matter when you tell. And I share everything with you guys, and I've already been open with us starting to try. And it's honestly just been really weird because I haven't been able to like talk about like on my stories like being sick or like anything lately. So it'd be nice to just like let you guys know. Plus I just always share everything with you guys anyway. So we're pregnant. I'm excited. Might not seem like it, but I am. I'm just really, really stressed, super anxious. It's gonna be like an extremely long pregnancy. If we make it that far. But I'm trying not to think like that. And then obviously I'm just like really sick, literally just like want to vomit just talking, but making myself get on here to do this. So yeah, anyways, we're pregnant. Send your good vibes and be thinking of us. That's it.